Thanks for staying with us here on Newsdesk. Now, hundreds of graduates seeking employment in the country will at the end of this month embark on a nationwide protest over government's failure to create the enabling environment to help them secure jobs. Some of the graduates who have been sharing their frustrations on the AM show this morning say they are sick and tired of staying jobless, hence their decision to demonstrate in order to get government to do what is expected of it.
We are supposed to be given employment after we have finished our mandatory service. We are supposed to be given employment, and that hasn't been the case with us as at now. We are at home, we have been trained for 3 years, we've done our service for 1 year, and per the bond with the government, immediately we finish, we are supposed to be recruited into the service. And here's the case, we haven't been given that opportunity. We are willing to work, we have been trained, and nobody's minding.
Can't you get a job anywhere else?
Okay. We are bonded. We can leave this country to anywhere. Some of our colleagues, those are the private sector, they could move anywhere within the world to seek for employment. We cannot leave the shores of this country for employment.
Isaac, that's the contract that you signed with the government, is that it?
Yes, we have actually signed a bond with the government to serve the government to serve this country and our people for 5 years. And then after 5 years, if we want to serve elsewhere in the world, then we can go there. So what it means is that if we want to go away from this country to serve anywhere, then we have to pay some kind of amount or some money to the government. It will mean that we have breached the contract. When we were in school, where the state sponsored our training, and then we were given allowances while we were in school. So it means that we have to pay back. Yes, there are private hospitals, but looking at we're talking about Accra, and how many private hospitals can absorb all of us? And even with that, I'm not so sure, but the private hospitals, they have some kind of amount they will pay to government if they happen to absorb me. So it is safer going for those who are coming from the private institutions than like compared to coming for me to work for them.
Okay. Apart from that, how many private hospitals are in Upper West? How many of them are in the Upper East?
Is that where you're coming from?
I'm coming from Upper West. When you get to Jirapa, how many of them are there? So if I am trained and I'm at Jirapa, we are talking about congestion in the capital city. I, in particular, mostly have a brother who is a trader. Most I do depend on him. And recently, he's also becoming fed up. You get to him, you greet, good morning, say, how are you, my brother? I'll be with you very soon. And that is it, because you have become a beggar. Currently, if I show you my WhatsApp messages, you'll be surprised. Some of our colleagues, including myself, you'll be rolling somebody just point a figure. There's a nurse who have been bonded and unemployed. So our name is now Bonded Unemployed Nurses.
And those were some nurses who are currently seeking employment. They are telling us that they will be hitting the streets at the end of this month to demand jobs from government. But let's still stay with the issue of unemployment. And graduates of the School of Hygiene are this morning expected to meet the employment minister following weeks of agitations over lack of jobs. The unemployed graduates have persistently complained about government's failure to place them 5 years after completing their programs of study. Several angry graduates of the school last week picketed at the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations to demand jobs. They were, however, escorted away after government promised an intervention in the coming days. So we'll be getting in touch with our correspondents on the ground as well. We do have 2 reporters monitoring this very situation. We'll be bringing you live reports from the Labour Ministry as well. But let's return to the courts, because we are told that the High Court in Accra says the state can't go ahead to extradite British fugitive David McDermott for allegedly smuggling 400 kilograms of cocaine to the United Kingdom. And Raymond Akwa is in court. But before we bring that very one to you, let's take a break for some sports. You're still watching Newsdesk here on your Joy News channel on Multi TV. Let's now return to our earlier story where graduates of the School of Hygiene are expected to meet the employment minister following weeks of agitations over lack of jobs. Now, the unemployed graduates have persistently complained about government's failure to place them 5 years after completing their programs of study. Several angry graduates of the school last week picketed at the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations to demand jobs. Beryl Richter is with the graduates at the Employment Ministry and is joining me live now over the telephone. So, Beryl, you told me a while ago that the meeting is yet to start. So, so far, what has happened?
Yes, the meeting is yet to commence, but I have with me Prince Jamado, the spokesperson for the group, who would like to share his expectations briefly before he goes.
Right.
Okay, Prince.
Yes, hello.
Okay,
yes,
so Prince,
we are just to meet the minister to discuss our conditions, and right after that, we will get back to give details as to whether we are agreeing to the conditions or not.
okay, so Prince, if I understand you correctly, it means that the ministry has given you a hint or a gist of what to expect at this very meeting.
Yes, we are yet to do that, and I'll get back to you with it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Beryl.
Yeah, you just heard Prince. I'm told they are going to have a short meeting with the minister before the program commences. So after when we get any update, we'll get back to you.
Right. Okay. Many thanks for that update. And that was Beryl Richter, journalist reporter, who has been bringing us a bit more on that action at the Labour Ministry there. So essentially, what they are telling us is that that very press briefing is just about commencing, but leadership of the unemployed graduates over there, I'm speaking of the graduates of the School of Hygiene, are currently stepping into a meeting with the Labour Minister Haruna Idrisu there. We'll be bringing you a lot more on this, but I think that's how we have to draw the curtains on News Desk this morning on the Joy News channel on Multi TV. But remember, when I join you at 12, I'll be bringing you an update on the Gitmo 2 case, that very case that was sent to court by a lady over this issue of two ex-Guantanamo Bay detainees, and we are told that the case has been adjourned to the 26th of April this year. We'll also be bringing you an update on that court case involving the suspended NPP chairman, Mr. Paul Awentemi Afoko, as well as the NPP over there. So that's also one case, one very story you should be looking out for when I join you in an hour's time, I think, with Joy News today. But my name is Kwabna Chencheni, but remember to log on to myjoyonline.com for a lot more news. Benis Abubedu is standing by with Joy News Interactive. Many thanks for your company.